Hello and welcome to this week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
hi,
and guest Katrina Swathwood,
hello,
and Brian Pacifume.
Why did you say it like that, Corey? Why did you say hi?
I didn't say passive. Oh,
Why'd you say hi?
I don't know.
All right.
That's how I talk.
What?
Why do you be
it's
hating?
off to a rocky start.
Yeah, this is off the Rockstar. This will, first of all, sorry, there was no episode last week that got released. Why are you looking at me like that?
Wasn't there?
We recorded a Game of Thrones episode, it hasn't been released yet. This Friday, when this comes out...
News to me. News to me.
Yeah.
Because you're so in touch with that, aren't you?
You're more than welcome to edit one anytime you'd like.
Oh, I would make a funny edit.
You probably would. Excuse me, I'll leave that in.
A lot of that repeated.
Well, no, first of all, this is going to be our post-Comic-Con episode / what we saw there and all that jazz. But...
Didn't see no jazz.
You didn't go out on 5th?
Not that
No
much.
hokey pokey?
Not enough to see jazz.
More so than I did. Anyways, what? I was only at one place. You guys went to all kinds of places.
Like what?
Didn't you go to like 7 bars?
He's referring to the pub crawl as opposed to him being the Funko dinner.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Anyways.
You can go there anytime.
What, downtown?
Those bars.
That's true. Anyways, back on track. This will be our post-Comic-Con episode, but what I was thinking, since we were at Comic-Con and I didn't have time to edit the way I'd like to for the last one, that this upcoming Friday when I release this, we'll just do a double episode.
Wham bam.
Yeah, so you'll get double the goodness in one day. You're going to get double stuffed.
Nobody's going to listen to 2 in one day.
You're going to get double stuffed. DP. Anyways, so yeah, this will be our post-Comic-Con one. DP?
Yeah.
Go to urbandictionary.com and type in DP and hit search.
You can't best Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Yeah. What should I type in?
Okay, I have something real quick that I want to talk to you guys about before we talk about what we saw and all the trailers and stuff and all that. But did you see that Rocko's Modern Life is coming out with a TV movie?
Yep.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I was super surprised today.
Out of all the old Nickelodeon shows, that one gets one?
Rocko's Modern Life, yeah. It's getting a 1-hour TV special.
I'm not mad at that, but I would...
Is there one you would prefer over Rocko's
Hey
Modern
Arnold?
Life? They already did one.
Did they?
They did like 2 Hey Arnold movies.
Did-
Like
Hey
back
Arnold?
in the day or nowadays?
Like the last one came out
I
within the last decade.
Oh, interesting.
That's 10 years. Like,
Well, some way.
I think it's
in
been
there.
more recent than that. You can keep talking when I'm not talking. It's all
you're
right.
fact checking now.
I don't want to talk about something else. And
Like, would you want All Real Monsters?
Robert would.
Maybe.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I was partial to Cat Dog, Angry Beavers, but all those. I mean, Rocko's Modern Life was awesome.
I haven't had
Hey Arnold has a movie coming out in 2017.
Oh,
Well, they're running out of time.
So,
This year.
yeah. It's called Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie.
What was that?
I like the Wild Thornberrys.
Nickelodeon.
But, I mean, Hey Arnold isn't as old as Rocko's Modern Life.
No,
I don't even know if they crossed over on times that they were
Probably
on
not.
TV. I mean, that's...
Rocko's Modern Life was more like when Doug was on, and
5th grade for me. It's quite a while ago. 4th, 5th grade. So, I mean, that was quite a while ago. I was just surprised, but...
that's cool.
So much so that it stopped your talking.
Yeah, it's not my talking about Comic-Con.
Anything.
You guys have any cool Comic-Con stories from this year? Did you even go, Corey?
I went for like an hour each day.
Really?
Really? The kids lapped you then, at least
5 times.
5 times.
I don't know if your girlfriend lets you spend more than 1 hour at Comic-Con.
No, she limits me. I have to put a watch on and everything to keep track.
There's an alarm that goes off when you have to leave the
Time
floor.
to leave.
Yeah.
Did she go on the floor at all on Sunday?
No.
She didn't want to.
I said she could. She didn't want to.
Not that any of us have ever done this or anything like that. There was verified registered ID checking at one of the entryways this year, and people were
Getting booted.
banned.
Wow. How'd you hear that?
I saw it online from a first-hand verification from somebody that I
Are they spot checking?
don't know.
I hope not targeting minorities. Like the NSA.
Well, it was more like a person warning somebody that there's a DUI checkpoint.
Yeah.
like I mean, some people did get caught this year, so that's
Will they ban the person with the badge and also
And
the
the
person
person-
trying to get in?
Well, how are they going to identify the person who has the badge that's not theirs unless they check their ID?
Yeah, they can say it's not. They're not the police. They can say you don't get to see my ID. And then if you're the one,
If they confiscate your badge, they can look you up in the system.
yeah. My thing is, you could say I dropped my badge, but then if you didn't come to get it replaced, you could also say I couldn't afford to get it replaced. I mean, how are they really going to ban you?
Scare tactic.
Yeah, I don't know how that
You
works.
said I forgot my ID at home. I didn't bring my wallet.
Yeah,
I'm going to spend all this money.
there's a
but I
lot
don't
of
have my
things that you could.
notification.
I
don't
did
know.
see someone getting their ID checked,
Yeah?
like on Saturday.
It's been 21 years for me. I've never seen somebody get checked, but I saw that there
You've also
was.
had your own badge.
Yeah. Did you go on the floor at all on Sunday?
No.
No.
Sunday I actually did not.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I missed a day.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, you've been. Hey, it's one day.
Yeah.
I missed Sunday last year.
Yeah.
I made this argument in my head. If the con was 7 days, would I feel obligated to go all 7 days? Like,
I would.
I would.
or if it was 14
You would too,
days
Brian,
straight?
wouldn't you?
Yeah, you're spending the money on the
Yeah,
pass. I'm
you're
going to
gonna
go
go.
in
Like,
just to not be at what we're normally doing.
how
during
long
the
would be
week.
too long? Say it was a 14-day festival. Would you feel obligated to go inside every day?
No.
Like, what is too
But
long?
like 1 week, I probably would.
So 7 days is
Yeah.
your
But I'd
limit?
probably spend less time on the floor. But like, Katrina and I went Wednesday, Thursday, her and I. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we took the boys. The boys spent, I would say, roughly 5 hours a day on the floor.
That's,
Easy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time. That's more than a lap around. That's,
Yeah. Well, we would go for like, we'd go get something like one day we went and just got coffee and snacks real quick, went on the floor, walked around the floor, bought some stuff, went back to the room real quick, took like a 45-minute to hour break, went back on the floor, closed, and went for like another 2.5 hours.
It doesn't help because I don't buy much. I bought one thing this year. It was a pen, so I felt like Katrina.
You bought one
You bought
thing?
a pin?
Pin.
Pin.
No,
P-I-N?
I got you, but that's all you bought?
That's all you bought the whole?
Yeah.
You didn't go get any 50% off trades or...
No. I usually do that Sunday, and I was like,
Oh, you didn't go on Sunday, so...
Did she not let you do that this year either?
What?
Buy trades 50% off?
He has to cut the amount of money that he's spending at Comic-Con because he's spending so much money on bitches.
I haven't...
She's never going to listen to this, right?
Probably not. I haven't read
I'm
anything.
joking.
I think...
It's a joke.
I'm 90% sure I still have my comics I bought last year in a bag, just sitting on a shelf. I haven't sorted them.
I
So,
bought
I'm not super
We bought
upset.
5 Saga trades and 1 Nail Biter trade. Because I had wanted to read Nail Biter. You know what Nail Biter's about?
No.
It's 16
It's
serial
like Pillow
killers.
Biter? I read Pillow Biter.
A serial
It's
killer.
a quarterly journal he subscribes to.
Yeah.
A serial
Pillow
killer
Biter
gets
quarterly.
caught in his what is it, MO? Is that
His MO.
Don't talk like one of them. You're better than that.
You're right.
Yes.
Yes.
his
MO.
his trademark thing is that he chews the fingers of his victims before he kills them, and he ends up killing like 47 people.
That's a lot of fingers.
A lot of
Yeah.
germs.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that 16 serial killers have come from the same small city in, was it Oregon?
Oregon.
In Oregon. So an FBI agent goes to investigate why, and he disappears. So his buddy goes to that town to try to find him. And it's a really entertaining book. I told Katrina it's like half Silence of the Lambs, half Hot Fuzz. Because there's like a small town kind of conspiracy type thing, and it's really good. And that book's really good. I got to meet the guys right after Robert Kirkman was signing. I was standing over there with books, and one of the guys was looking at me, and I was like, "No, I'm not trying to get more books signed. I actually buy other Skybound fucking comics." So the guys that do Kill the Minotaur were there, which is crazy. One of the guys that writes it is the director for Shadows of Mordor and the director of another video game. One of the guys is a movie writer, a screenwriter, and one's a video game director, and then one guy's an artist.
Really?
So I met him and I talked to him. I said, "Hey, I really like the book," and they signed my books and stuff. And I told him, I told him about the podcast and stuff too. Not that I was like, "Hey, go listen." I'm like, "Hey, we talk about Skybound books, and I really like the book, and we've talked about. I don't know if we've talked about it on here, but
No,
I
I
said
don't think so.
that we
I think
did.
I'm the only one that's read it besides these one.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a really good book. No, I did talk about it on here because I was just as a brief mention about what the time period was and had to do with the labyrinth and the Minotaur and stuff like that. But now I'm curious as to what that guy
Does.
does. But they were really nice. We had really good encounters with people at Skybound again this year. Kirkman was super nice to the boys. They got to break open these pinatas at a Skybound thing, and
So inappropriate.
yeah, I was filming it, and Kirkman was like, "This is gonna go viral in like the worst kind of way." And then after they were done, they each put on the head of the person that they destroyed.
Pinata.
So I think Parker was Rick, and no, Parker was Negan, and
Were the other kids there?
they were the only. There was another kid that was like 10 there, but it wasn't like inappropriate. There was no like blood anywhere or anything, and it like
You're
the,
seeing kids bashing pinatas with Lucille. Like,
Yeah, I didn't assume there was like blood. I just want to know why they were the only two kids bashing.
well, we asked if we can. bring
I
the kids
asked
in.
if I could bring the kids ahead of time, and they're like, "Yeah, no problem."
Okay.
So that's the only reason I did. I didn't.
They probably felt it was more appropriate to have a kid beat in a pinata instead of grown men.
Yeah. He was the director of Shadow of Mordor and Red Dead Redemption.
Really?
At least I think it says, I write and direct stuff, Kill the Minotaur, Air, Shadow of Mordor, Red Dead Redemption. I guess I don't know if he directed Red Dead Redemption or if he just wrote it on it, but reading that little snippet sounds like he was involved.
What's his name?
You have jump ships between companies, so it's a little.
He probably
Weird.
works for both.
Director,
I don't know
Air.
how it goes.
He did
Well,
not
if he
direct
was.
that. He wrote it.
I don't
He
think
was,
they
he
do
was a
much
writer
content.
on it. Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, Red Dead Redemption, The Man from Blackwater, Red Dead Redemption, written by
Good accolades. It was a well written game. I like this.
super nice guys too. Like I talked to them for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and they were really nice. I really liked the book, and I told them, it's on my pull list. Which is funny. I looked at my pull list at my comic book store today. It's Marvel, Spider-Man, DC. I used to do Batman. I don't do it anymore because when I added something, I would take something off. But then everything else is Image and Skybound.
That's where your loyalties lie.
It is, and I find those books more entertaining than just the typical, some of the typical stuff that comes out of the major two. But other than that, at this year's con, it was a lot of the same, man. We saw the cast of Inhumans eating at the restaurant that we
was
were
cool.
at, and the only reason I noticed that they were in the Inhumans is because I saw Ramsey Bolton. Brian shaking his head.
Did you watch that trailer?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not excited.
I'm not excited at all.
in the slightest.
No, I do not think that the show looks good.
I do feel, and I think I might be in the minority here. I felt that way when I watched the Gifted trailer too.
I didn't watch it.
What's the Gifted?
X-Men.
The one.
Oh, you know what? I didn't watch the trailer for that.
That was. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think that they released around con like 2 months ago.
Okay, no, I didn't look at that.
And both those shows, I'm just like, I'm a big like Netflix Marvel guy, and I don't know what the difference is for me, but I could just. It feels more like a teen
It does.
show.
And not to say that, I really like the first 2 seasons of Flash and Arrow, and those are on CW, and those
Crap.
had that feeling, that teeny bopper kind of feeling, and they were pretty good. But this just, none of anything looks good on it.
I wanted to watch the trailer and be like excited for it because Ramsey Bolton.
And I like
More or
Black
less.
Bolt. But he doesn't look good either.
None of it was all just. I couldn't tell what the plot of the show would be.
That's true. I didn't understand what was going on either.
Why was one going to Earth? Like, were they going to attack Earth? Are they bad? I don't know. It's just.
It's like, okay, they don't know we exist yet,
So let's
but they're
start
going to attack us
first.
eventually, so let's attack them even though they don't know we exist.
And then you get off the planet, Ramsey Bolton trying to take over, being a Ramsey Bolton on the moon. I don't know.
Did you get anything good, Brian, at Comic-Con?
My goal was getting all the Batman animated series pops, and I did. There was an artist on Instagram that I had reached out to because I thought he was going to be here. He said no. A tattoo artist. Well, no, he's not a tattoo artist. I'm sorry. He does like variant comic book covers. And he had asked for me to look around and see if there was any exclusives I could find for him that were not overpriced. And I was looking around and came across a Man-Bat resale, which someone had told me they were going to sell for triple the price. So I ended up, and this place was doing it way cheaper for like $40.
So I probably $20 when they bought it.
Yeah. And someone told me they were selling it for $120, and so this was the only resale one I saw, and they were just putting it into the protector case. So I bought it, and I bought a Mr. Freeze, which I don't know where it came from, but I saw it somewhere else for $65. This place was selling it for $30 because there was box damage. In fact, there was no box damage. It was just a tiny sticker that looks like box damage, and I took it off. I didn't know this until I got home yesterday. And I took it off, so I got this nice Mr. Freeze. So I have that whole collection now. I think there's about 10 or 12.
You actually considered buying something with box damage?
I know. I took 6 pop figures out of their boxes today. 7.
Wow.
I know. It's a whole different world. But I
New person.
Well,
Yeah.
you can actually take a pop figure out of the box and put it back in without damaging anything
Did you
if you're
keep the
careful.
boxes?
no, I don't. Those ones aren't.
You threw all the boxes away?
For these, they're Bioshock figures. They just look nice. I
Oh.
don't need to keep them. The freeze and the freeze and the man bat are in cases. They're in the box in cases because they're rarer.
I meant to tell you, Corey, when we went to Funko Fun Days, I told you I got the Louis prototype. Brian got the Negan prototype. The girl next to me, who I was her +1, she got one of the Terrence and Phillips ones.
Oh, that was cool.
And they're bobbleheads, but the top of their head bobbles, not the bottom.
Nice.
So, and she was trying to trade it to everybody because she hates South Park.
Oh, dude, that would have been an easy trade.
Yeah, well, nobody wanted to trade with her.
Wow.
Not a single. She went to like 4 tables and nobody wanted to trade with her.
That sucks.
She tried to trade me, and I was like, no way, which is funny because we went to the Skybound thing with her too, and they gave us all blind boxes, and Parker opened Negan, and she opened Invincible, and Parker traded it to her. And I wanted the Negan, but I was like, Parker opened it. And she's like, you want to trade? I was like, no, you already got a Negan from me today. I'm not going to give you another one.
No, so I ended up getting those 2. So I was pretty happy about that. So I have that whole collection except for there was an episode where back in the day where a computer builds like a robotic Bruce Wayne. So the regular figure is half of his face is gone and it's robot. The chase figure is the full face is gone. But I don't particularly like that episode, so I don't want it. So I finished that. Someplace overcharged me for a pop, so I ended up getting Becca from Pitch Perfect because I couldn't find anything else I wanted. I don't think I actually bought anything else other than pop figures. And it was just a shitload of food.
See any
Yeah.
celebrities?
I met Casper Van Dien from Starship Troopers.
Rico?
He looked
Yeah,
old
Johnny
as
Rico.
hell.
Yeah, he's in good shape though. But he looked older than what I remember him.
Obviously.
I texted you, Robert. I'm pretty sure I saw Stephen Amell outside of the Petco stuff walking. I think Sunday. So that was I didn't stop or anything, but I saw him.
Saw Rorschach. Jackie.
Earl Haley?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where at?
Behind Comic Con.
Really?
Yeah. Walking to one of the yachts.
Really? Probably the IMDb yacht.
Yeah.
Maybe. They were crossing and they had to block the aisle.
Yeah, that's the
Like he was
IMDb
waving
yacht.
at people.
We saw the cast of Inhumans. We saw the cast of Impractical Jokers. You saw them too, Brian.
Yep.
We saw the cast of the Lego Movie, which is
Ninjago?
Yeah.
Dave Franco, Olivia Munn.
I had no idea who was being in it, so I was nice.
We saw Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and the guy that plays Cyborg. I don't know who he is.
Ray Stone.
They must have
I saw
fucking blocked the
them
whole...
too.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
we
was
got
stop.
stuck, and they're like,
Yeah.
keep moving, and then it's like we couldn't.
Yeah.
It was so
Because they were walking to the
yeah,
side.
they were
Yeah.
walking to it.
Yep.
We saw
Daniel got a high five from Momoa.
nice. We saw 3 of the cast members from Fear the Walking Dead. We saw Aaron from The Walking Dead. Minor people. We saw Robert Kirkman. We saw Ryan Otley. Different artists and stuff. I know I'm missing
I've
something.
seen the voice cast of SpongeBob.
Nice.
I only recognized Tom Kenny.
I looked. We walked by the Warner Brothers booth again and saw somebody, but I can't remember who it was.
What's that Marvel show you watched? The last one?
Shield?
No. The other,
Defend. Oh, we saw the Defenders. We saw Sigourney Weaver, Charlie
Yeah.
Cox.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
The Marvel booth. They were signing
Yeah.
at the time.
Wasn't that X-Men related one show? What's that?
Legion.
Was it Legion?
Legion.
Okay,
yeah.
I seen that
It's on
cast.
FX.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She got to do the Legion experience over at the FX booth.
How was it?
It was cool. It was
Did
weird.
you feel like out of body?
No. No, not at all.
I don't know what it was.
It was odd.
You did kind of. That's what you guys described it as, or something.
We were talking about the Blade Runner one when we were talking about that.
Oh, what?
That's the VR experience.
Yeah.
Oh, what
We
did you
didn't
do
that.
then?
No, you are participating in a theatrical event that you are actually David Haller, and they're taking you in and doing an interview with you.
Who's David Haller?
He's the main character.
In Legion?
He's Legion.
So what you did that?
Yeah.
And they asked you questions?
Yeah. They made me raise things, and then I had to... you're not going to understand because you don't watch the show. you had to run away from one of the guys that's chasing you in the show.
So you had to run away from somebody?
Yeah.
Was it kind of disappointing to be in Petco on Saturday and not doing a run?
It's been a couple of years now.
It's been a couple of years,
Still,
but
but-
it's still weird.
We
had a lot of
did
fun
that,
doing
what,
that.
3 years straight?
4.
4 years straight?
Too many deaf people running people over in there.
Oh, no.
What?
Corey.
Every time
Oh.
some deaf guy drives through Petco, saying, I can't hear you.
We saw Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
We did.
Yeah. Which was cool. I saw Kevin Smith a couple times there because he was the one doing all the IMDb interviews.
Okay. I seen his picture. Like they had a TV and
Yeah, that was it.
he was doing some
He
charades. Or
He
something.
didn't have a panel this year.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, he was doing interviews on the boat all day, every day.
Wow, that's cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Went to work.
Who did we see when we're drinking? It's like the most minor celebrity.
Raimi.
Yeah. Not.
You didn't recognize him though, right?
No, I recognize.
Did you?
She's seen him and said it's.
I looked
whatever-
around,
Whatever
yeah.
made Ted
Was it
Raimi.
the one? Which one's that?
The actor, not the director.
Well, isn't there Ted, Ivan, and
Oh,
Sam?
I'm pretty sure it's Ted, but
Okay.
I could be wrong. Evil.
The one-
Army of Darkness?
did you ever watch Ash vs. Evil Dead? Even though you have the first season.
No.
Dude, that's so good.
I
It's
forgot
so
about it.
good.
It's just sitting in my room somewhere.
Yeah, I saw plenty of celebrities this year. I know that I saw somebody else, but I can't.
I may have seen some more people sitting down, but I just can't remember right now either. I know I walked by somebody who was in the guild, and I was like, oh, nobody's going to give a fuck.
We saw Orlando Jones doing the marriage ceremonies.
Yeah, he was doing marriage ceremonies at Dick's Last Resort.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Wait, what's in Dick's now?
Nothing.
nothing.
So it's
It's
just...
just empty.
what
They took
do
over
is-
it. Yeah.
I probably walked by a bunch of times.
They made a Greek garden and it had the altar on there.
That's funny. I didn't even think about
It was 2 doors down from the cheeseburger place we ate at on Wednesday.
Yeah. Did we walk by it?
No.
We were shy of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were 2 doors
So
shy of
unless
it,
you
so we
went-
walked down.
Down.
It's a good restaurant.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Like, I like that place. It's a good burger. But you guys want to move on to trailers? Just real quick before we discuss a couple of the trailers. What was
did
your?
I get to buy? I didn't get asked that question.
What did you buy, Katrina?
I bought my Indiana Jones
Why
picture.
don't you guys just say what you bought the first day? How much money you dropped?
Okay. Katrina bought the Indiana Jones thing, which is very cool. It was from.
Describe it for the
the
listeners.
Acme booth.
It's from the Acme booth. Yeah.
It's a reprint. They didn't have any more copies of the
A
original.
vertical painting of Indiana Jones.
It's not a painting.
It's
It's
not
like a
pa-
stretched canvas.
Yeah, but I mean, still had to be painted at some point.
Yeah, I guess painting. I mean,
Or printed, or even
Whatever.
it could have been
Print.
whatever.
Is it like hovering, like shadow box hovering?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it was what?
But they didn't make them anymore.
Was it 125?
Oh, it was wasn't it $180?
Oh, it was 175.
yeah, Last Crusade.
Well, what's crazy is
But not
I
Last
think we
Crusade,
paid.
No, I have Last Crusade in print form. That one's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I think we paid $150 for the print, and that wasn't framed. So this
Yeah.
one's actually framed on canvas, so it's way better.
So that was my purchase this year instead of
Yeah.
pens.
I bought both Shiva Force packs from Skybound, the
So
bloody.
You bought
the
everything
regular
from
one.
Skybound.
No, you didn't. We didn't buy the
No, I didn't
Sydneys.
buy. I didn't buy figures and stuff. There was figures that I left behind, Corey.
Would you say you bought more than half of what they had for sale?
No.
No. I got 2 extremity pens.
Yep. They had tons of pins and shirts and patches, and I didn't buy blind box
We bought the
figures.
Top Secret pack of
Yeah.
Walking
Would you
Dead.
say you bought the most expensive items?
Oh yeah. I bought the 2 Shiva Forces, which are $100 a piece, and then a set of the Top Secret comics, and then they had another Lucille bat this year, which I bought. And then that was just at the Skybound booth, and then two spaces away, which was still technically Skybound, but they were just selling the mega boxes. I finally bought the mega boxes, but they're usually $100 a piece, and they were only $75 there. So, I mean, that got them cheaper there than I would have got them anywhere else. And all the stuff in there, like the first one had a matte black Negan figure, the second one had a blue and black Invincible figure, and the third one had the Jesus Shiva Force figure. So, and you can only get them in the box. And they're actually they're way more valuable than like a loot crate. Even with at $100, you get a hat, a shirt, a figure, a pen, a pin, and 4 comics.
Like variant comics.
Like variant comics you can only get in the box. So I'm like, as far as crates are
Value.
concerned, value, since they're quarterly, I'd rather have that than some of the things that I've got from Loot Crate and stuff.
Yeah.
I asked Loot Crate at one point to be a sponsor of the show. They probably, if they ever listen to it, they're probably not gonna.
Not now.
Do they do those for the other movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to get those at some point?
I'm not a big fan of Temple of Doom.
Most people aren't really a big fan.
You know, I would argue, like, this is another thing, but, like, it's the weakest of the three, but they're all A's.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
It has some of the, like, the best set piece.
Maybe it's like
moments.
A, and A minus. Like the second one's like,
But, I mean, there's some, like, the minecart moment, the bridge scene, just...
to me, that's further down in that trilogy than any of the Lord of the Rings are in that trilogy.
That's a whole other argument for that. I'm... Yeah, I might say that, because I hated What's Her Name. Like, it almost broke the movie for me in Temple of Doom. I can't remember.
Basinger?
Whatever.
Passenger?
That's not
Basinger?
her.
Whatever.
That's not her?
No.
Whatever her character's name
that was her.
What-
I don't think so.
It's not her.
It's not her.
It's not her.
I know that.
It's not her.
It's not.
That lady married Lucas, right? Or Spielberg? One of them?
I have no idea.
That actress went on to marry one of those people.
Is she still married to them? Or was
Kate
she...
Capshaw.
Who she marry?
Crickets.
Whether or not she still is. She's probably dead.
Oh. Okay.
Trivia. She has been in 2 movies where a man pulled out another man's heart.
Nice.
Both in the same year.
Oh,
Weird.
lucky year for her.
She is married to Steven Spielberg
Nice.
since 1991.
That's the real...
So that's why she got that.
So, Invincible only has 6 issues left.
Oh God.
And people have started fucking dying.
Oh man.
Good.
Like,
Kill them all.
yeah, people are getting fucking
Wrecked.
axed at an alarming rate. But I don't want to go down that road because it's depressing.
Sad.
You could do a series end review.
We will.
Well, someone will have to.
You'll have to
besides
catch up.
us.
Fuck you.
Why not? You could read the first
I'll
100.
read the last 6.
You suck.
You missed so much.
Hopefully, then they'll sell a compendium.
I'll
one of those
wait for the
next
movie.
year.
The movie will explain everything to me.
He was
No,
talking
it
about the
won't.
movie at the panel we went to.
In more detail than your book would.
You know, okay, so we're going to talk about trailers.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked about it since, but not lots of trailers for Comic-Con. Lots and lots of trailers.
I've seen half a dozen.
The trailer that's better than every single one of those trailers? Disaster Artist.
I couldn't say that.
What do you mean you can't say that?
Good trailer.
Are you not more excited about that movie than any other one
we
this
haven't said
year?
it on air. Because we watched this, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Epic
A
trailer.
Funny fucking trailer.
I can't wait to see that movie.
But, I guess... Do you know what was your favorite trailer from Comic-Con? Think about it, but don't say it.
We'll go around the board. Let me just think about
Because I
it.
don't want you to copy me. I have one distinct that I liked well above the rest. I would say there's 3 that are awesome.
Do you want me to write it down so you don't say that I'm like,
Or
oh,
you just blurt it out and almost in
Ready
unison.
Player One really caught me off guard. I was watching it and just with the music and all the little references, and I'm like, how are they getting all the movie studios to allow them to use all these different things?
Yeah. So we'll go into Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is really
Great
good.
trailer.
Not as good as
you're-
Ready Player One, but
Well, because I consider that more also a teaser, but I was super surprised to see
I was
all
surprised they showed
those
anything.
properties. I don't know who owns each thing, but
Me neither.
even the music at the end, it sounded like it was,
It's Willy Wonka.
It's Willy Wonka.
yeah.
It's at the beginning and end of it.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I don't know if you know how we assume, basically that guy was basically like a Willy Wonka. When we read the book, that's what it says in the back. Imagine Willy Wonka meets
Yeah.
Matrix. So I was like, that's cool. And you see the DeLorean a couple
You
times,
see Freddy Krueger.
and
Iron Giant.
you see
Iron
a
Giant.
race, but I don't know if that race is just gonna be a fun part of the movie,
Yeah.
where people just or
I didn't think they were going to show anything. I thought they were just going to
you
talk
haven't
about
seen
it.
Iron Giant for one,
No.
which fucking sucks. Because I wish Katrina watched it so you could watch it and she could make you watch it.
I
Iron
haven't
Giant
seen it either,
is a
so-
good movie. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Good movie.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
good.
If Brian ever thinks a movie is good, it just makes me not want to watch it for some reason.
You gotta watch it. I think you cry at the end.
I probably would. There's a lot of movies that I know that are sad that I haven't watched for that specific reason.
It's a cartoon.
Like what?
Titanic.
He loves Titanic.
Is it a
So
Beautiful
overrated
Mind?
movie.
The one with
I like Titanic.
Russell Crowe and he has a mental disorder and he has a kid. There was one with Sean Penn when
Never
he was
saw it.
also
I Am Sam.
Yeah, I Am
Yeah.
Sam. I wouldn't watch it because I knew I'd
He
cry.
can't handle stuff like that.
When there's kids involved and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to watch this because I know that I'll get all choked up.
Trailers.
Ready Player One. So Spielberg can get anything he wants. So if he says, "Hey, can I use this property?"
Sure.
So just surprise-wise, I hope the trailers don't spoil everything. Like I'll watch all the trailers.
It looked really. I mean, like the stacks at the beginning looked really good.
Yeah.
Everything looked really good.
Yeah.
Have you read the book?
Yeah, it's short. Yeah, I kind of.
He's reading it right now.
I'm a little over halfway through.
Okay, I mean, if you've seen,
I killed that book in like a week.
If you've seen like Ferris Bueller and all those movies they're referencing, like whatever, I don't know what
I've
else.
never watched Breakfast Club all the way through.
Do they reference that movie a lot? Like, did you go inside that movie?
That's just
Ali
making...
Sheedy, that's all they reference.
It wasn't even Ferris Bueller. It was War Games. Like in the beginning, he had to do it verbatim. And having seen that movie, it helps.
What? It's not going to work.
Okay.
Anyways, I'd say Stranger Things and Ready Player One were probably the two best trailers.
Stranger Things tugs that like nostalgia.
Uh-huh.
I assume the movie or the show's late 80s?
I was saying today that I think they're probably like
5 to 7 years old.
5 to 7 years older than we are.
But a lot of the same things, like I remember having a proton pack like for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
So
I had the thing that you shot out and hit the button on.
We had
that
that too. You step on it and go.
And when they were at the arcade, I knew instantly they were going to play Dragon's Lair. I don't know why, but I just felt that they were going to play Dragon's Lair.
So watch the trailer, and then it's overlaid with Thriller, especially in the end. Like it wasn't, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking like. For one, the content looks awesome,
Great.
and just the fact that it's like so nostalgic that it's late 80s, almost early 90s esque era. That all the things, and a lot of things I grew up kind of pop culture wise idolizing. So I was like, oh, that's so fucking sick. And just because season 1 was so like good, I thought well made. And even like when it's playing the theme song again at the end, both overlaid with the guys laughing from Thriller. I'm like, that's so fucking badass.
Do you think they quadrupled their budget?
I fucking hope so.
You'd have to think that they would, because that was like, I don't think that the budget was very high.
I imagine everybody wants
Well,
to
that was
get
probably a hit or miss.
a bump.
everyone's got a pay bump.
Well, they probably weren't under contract for more because they didn't think there would be more.
Yeah, it looked like one of the
One
one of the
shot.
testing.
Yeah. I just realized this with this last trailer that Pablo Pascal was one of the statesmen in Kingsman. I didn't recognize him for the first trailer.
We were talking about it.
I knew that he was in it, but I didn't know who he played.
I thought we watched in theaters and I mentioned it to you, and then even when
It doesn't look like him at all.
No.
he just wearing a cowboy hat.
He's got a mustache. He looks completely different.
He had a mustache in Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
but in Game of Thrones, he was significantly darker.
And leaner. He looks more...
Maybe, maybe it helps I seen him in real life.
I don't know if it's because in Dorne it's like sunny all the time.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
And they, like everybody there was a little, more olive toned. Where in this, he is supposed to be
White.
a white dude.
Is he supposed to be white?
Yes,
Yes.
and
He's
he's
supposed to be like a cowboy.
Cowboy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a cowboy.
Okay, so
Yeah,
dark
Lasso.
cowboy. Is he one of the things he can play multiple races? In Game of Thrones, he's almost like Arab, but he was in what's the Netflix Narcos? He played like a Hispanic guy.
Uh-huh.
So he can play anything.
He's borderline.
That Kingsman trailer was good.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Are you excited for that movie yet?
More so now after Channing Tatum was like, "Fuck yeah!"
I was excited for it. First trailer, second trailer, I was like,
Yeah, it looks really good. Did you hear about Halle Berry downing a half pint of whiskey during the panel?
No.
Yeah, she downed half pint of whiskey, not beer, of whiskey. And I guess in the panel or Conan or whatever she was in next, she was just falling all over the place.
That's awesome.
Inhumans, like we already said, didn't really like Justice League.
Biggest surprise. I like the last trailer.
Yeah.
We agreed. I watched the trailer. Like, this is gonna be a fucking legit movie. I'm so
I
excited.
like J.K. Simmons as Gordon. They showed.
And it looks like it has humor finally. The Flash. Oh, everybody left.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah.
I liked when they showed him pushing glass because everything's so fast. He'd be able to
Just push through it.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that has anything to do with his ability to time travel.
I don't know.
Like if he's pushing through something. Quick on note on that, and this is something. So they talked about the Flash movie. There was no trailer or anything, but talked about the Flash movie, and they were going to go through Flashpoint. So with that being said, they could potentially do Jeffrey Dean Morgan and what's the other girl's name that plays Martha Wayne?
I can't think of her name right now.
But I mean, they could go into that where he is Batman and she's the Joker, if they wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be some
is a
shit.
touch on it.
They're both fairly well-known actors and actor and actresses, especially Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that could be a possibility. That would be sick as hell.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was a good trailer.
The Flash had the best line. What, he had some other funny. Oh, I'm not a fighter. I just push things.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, he's basically playing Peter Parker as the Flash.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, if it works for him, that's great. Because, like I said,
owning it, walking up to the booth.
yeah,
Did you had the response when he went down really fast and stopped Wonder Woman's sword so she could grab it?
yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a cool trailer.
I'm wondering how they're going to lead into, because Steppenwolf is just a step to Darkseid.
Yeah.
So I think it was called Part 1, and they scrapped that the same way they did. I don't think are they calling it Infinity War Part 1 still? I don't think they are.
I don't know.
I think it's just Infinity War. But it seems like they're doing the same thing. So I'm wondering how that's going to continue to go with Darkseid. I hope they don't do what they did in Batman vs. Superman and throw Darkseid in at the end the same way they did Doomsday.
I doubt it. I hope.
I think that would be a terrible idea.
I thought it was Ares coming back for a second. I like they showed Wonder Woman's Island, so we're going back there.
Mm-hmm. But I'm still, like, Marvel's obviously proven themselves over a long period of time that they can put out quality movies, whereas DC has put out one good movie since Batman. So it's like, you have to be reluctant to...
It's a grain of salt.
Yeah.
It's all different directors, so I'm willing to give... Well, I mean, who's directing this? It's not Snyder, right?
It was Zack Snyder, directed Justice League.
Now it's Joss Whedon.
But he did post-production.
Yeah.
They did some reshoots, I believe, but...
Well, as long as it's not the guy who did Suicide Squad.
He bailed on that he bailed on the sequel to that for something else.
Sequel to what?
Sequel to Suicide Squad, David Ayer, he's not doing it.
Why? Because he realized it was a pit?
Maybe.
He couldn't do it right.
That was a bad movie.
What do you think of Justice League, Katrina?
It looks good. I'll give it a try. Like Robert said, they don't have a good track record, so
They have one good track record.
we'll see.
One post-Nolan good movie.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Man of Steel.
I didn't like it. I didn't think it was terrible, but I wasn't like, oh, that's a good movie. It was average at best.
It didn't rub me the wrong way. I thought it was fine. But you hit it more. Trying to think of some Marvel movie I hate. Well,
Superman's boring.
I might.
The Superman, there's
I consider
no
Man of Steel
redeeming qualities of the character for me.
almost
He's boring.
like as good as Thor 1.
I'm not a big, huge Thor, but that leads into the next thing. The next Thor, they finally, I don't know if it's our boy from What We Do in the Shadows.
Tika?
Directing it, but it seems like they're like, okay, we're going to run with the Guardians of the Galaxy formula
Yeah.
and put some comedy in this. And it looks awesome.
And this was the one trailer I thought I wish I hadn't watched as much of it as I did. I think talking Hulk would have been a big surprise for me.
Yeah, I
in
can
the
see what
movie.
that would give you.
And
But
now-
I'd already read that he was going to be talking. That he's been like perma-hulked for 2 years, so he's actually
Developed language.
developed language. But then they show Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. So now I also know that the Coliseum fight's not going to be. They both live afterwards, so
Yeah.
that can't be. So it's my head putting
That doesn't bother me.
things together. But otherwise, it's legit. Also, this looks awesome.
Do you think Cate Blanchett's going to be a one-shot as a villain?
Yes.
That disappoints me because she's such a good actress.
Yeah.
Isn't Thanos' significant other death?
I don't know.
Because that might be. I wonder if there's any connection there.
I never read really, really far into that kind of stuff.
I have no idea.
It's not an Image or Skybound comic, so I don't read it. I'm just
It's not on
kidding.
the pull list.
But yes, the Thor trailer was really good.
I'm down for it to be like a buddy cop movie.
Buddy cop movie. I feel the same way. Justice League.
We fought.
Defenders, we already talked about, right?
No, we talked about Inhumans. we
They
didn't
did
talk
have
about
a new
Defenders.
Defenders trailer, and it was
wasn't a ton more
it was more Sigourney Weaver narrating "The city's dead" or whatever, or "The city's ours."
Yeah.
You said that's in like 2 weeks?
Is it really?
It premieres?
What does?
August 16th or something like that?
What does? Defenders?
Yeah.
August 18th.
No.
Yeah.
I think the first trailer didn't want to excite me, but I'm in for
Oh, yeah.
that. It's gonna be cool. I hope it's gonna be a hard job. I think managing all the cast from each show
As one unit.
coming in there. Yeah, like
But I think how they weave them together with like him stepping in as a lawyer at that one period of
Yeah.
time, the cop from Luke Cage being the one that is interrogating her.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little confused though. Like, I forget the Jessica Jones friend. Like, I remember her blonde friend, but was there somebody else in that? Like, wasn't there a cop who was brainwashed or something in that?
Oh, the elite force officer guy who
Yeah,
escaped at
he
the end.
took
happened
like
to him?
drugs and he like ran
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, so if he appears back in it, I'm gonna be really confused for him and trying to
They'll
figure
probably
out.
save that for her actual show.
Yeah.
Maybe because I forget where we left him. I just remember him like murdering somebody or some shit, and then running off. Or
So last trailer I want to talk about, and then we do have to just fit in a little bit of Game of Thrones because so much happened in one short episode.
you better post the other episode first.
No, that'll be posted first, and then this one. Yeah. What'd you think of the Walking Dead trailer? Me being biased, I thought the trailer was a bit long.
Not excited.
It
No.
was really long.
It was
but
really
the
long.
ending was amazing.
What was the ending again?
It shows Rick in bed with the beard and the cane.
They don't even know about that.
There's an 8-year time jump in the comic.
Oh, I didn't think about it. I was watching the trailer just like there's no music. It's just doom.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost 3 minutes in before anybody says anything. Well, no, it's Negan at the very beginning, and then it goes like 3 minutes without anybody saying anything.
Because it didn't have like any like pulsating music ramping you up. I was just like, oh, that's gonna be a long season.
I imagine when you're in Hall H with all those people watching that, there's
It's
a lot more
loud.
energy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It
Because that was a trailer made for Hall H.
It was the least exciting trailer I've seen from Comic-Con.
No,
What-
Inhumans was worse than that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's close. Like, I'm not saying content-wise, but
All you have to do is the tiger looks better than Medusa's hair.
Yeah.
no, I was saying least exciting, like getting me excited for something.
Right,
They both,
the thing is,
they both did nothing for me. Let's say
the
that.
thing about it is you're not excited about watching The Walking Dead anyways, so something would have to really kickstart you because you're only going to watch it because I make you.
No, I would watch.
You were like 9 episodes behind when I made you catch up to watch the premiere.
I really want to watch Saw, and I haven't caught up on that.
Oh my god.
You haven't watched Saw?
No,
You're a piece of shit, dude. You need to fucking put your girlfriend in check so you can watch this shit.
I'm watching.
You like that show more than I do, and I finished it.
all my free time just rewatching Game of Thrones, which helps me remember shit from like this episode even. So, did you watch when you watch it live? Do they have the extra 4 minutes afterwards where the directors?
No.
Okay, I watched it on HBO Go and immediately cut into them talking about it. So I was just jumping
Is it
over right
the
now.
reference to Ned Stark talking to Arya and Arya talking to the wolf?
Did you
I
get that
already read it.
immediately?
No, but I read it afterwards.
Oh, I got that immediately because
You just watched it.
It's
yeah.
been like 2 weeks ago I watched the episode. So
I'm glad you watched fucking 36 hours of Game of Thrones so you can remember that one goddamn moment.
No,
you
it
can't
just-
finish Saul.
it just helps because it's been a while since I've watched some of these older episodes.
Saul had an amazing finale.
I'll get there.
Like an amazing finale.
We'll get there next
it's like
year.
2 months old now. Well, it's probably like 6 weeks.
It's fine.
I hate you.
So I don't know if, just to clarify, it's season 1, Ned Stark telling Ira that one day I'll find a good lord for you, a good man for you to marry, and you could be, have some castle and raise sons who could be knights and princes, whatever. And she looks at him and says, no, that's not me, and then walks away. And he kind of smiles or whatever, because that's not, what she's about. So when she met Nymeria again, which in my head I was like, please be, when, the camera pans around her, I'm like, please be her wolf.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, and it is. And when the wolf went away to be wild, like not to live a domicile life, she's like, "That's not you." Because first she's like, "Oh no, don't go away. I'm so sad." And then I was like, "Oh, I should be happy for you." And she said that line, kind of like, "That's not you."
So it's a really good thing they showed that scene that adds nothing to the story.
Yeah.
I would have liked it if the wolves joined her and then she had a pack of fucking wolves. Like,
So, first of all, we're watching a show that's sort of a medieval show with dragons that has shapeshifters and time travelers
Yep.
at this point.
Yeah, it's gone from medieval real to medieval fantasy.
I have never read another... Oh, never mind. Yeah, I have. I was going to say, I've never read another time-traveling fantasy
Yeah,
story.
the
but
twin
yeah.
story.
Yeah, the twins went back in time. Never mind.
No one else caught that.
Yeah.
It's
No.
okay.
No,
Huh?
what are you referring to?
Nothing.
where you as giddy as I am, it's just when like Jon Snow's name is mentioned in front of Daenerys.
When
and
two
then-
storylines collide,
See.
like when Jon Snow and Stannis met for the first time, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And now when they were saying, like...
when Tyrion says, "I know Jon Snow,"
Yeah.
and
I trust him.
then his line for those letters saying, whatever he said about
Yeah.
bastards and broken things or
Mhm.
whatever, like that. And even when Jorah mentioned his name was House Mormont, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
tell him you knew his daddy."
I got giddy thinking that Arya might actually see Jon Snow again, more so than Sansa.
Hot pie.
Yeah, I said it's getting to see hot pie.
And then she heard Jon Snow's alive in King of the North, and her face was like, oh, like her mission of vengeance just went out the window. It's family.
Yeah, I thought your first comment was going to be about Missandei being naked in the episode.
That went on for a while. That wasn't just like a quick exposure.
I'm going to go back to my stance that I've said on this show several times.
Say it loud. I'm proud.
Why didn't they show his wiener and what it looked like and the situation that he was having on downstairs? They've talked about what happens to the Unsullied when they're kids.
Why are you so obsessed?
They talked about how
with superhero genitals.
They talked
Evil
about
treatment.
how he can't do it, and then they pan, they show the sides, they show the ass, they show everything on her, but they won't show what's going on with this thing that they've referenced.
You want to see balls and dong clipped?
Yeah, I think we need to see it.
Why do you want to see it?
I think we need to see it as much as we need to see her naked.
It would look the exact same.
As mine, or like in general?
As a woman's.
No, I just.
It's a gash.
I don't know. I think we deserve to see it.
Why?
You want to put him to work?
Just Google it. You'll see it. Why do you want to?
Just Google male castration.
Prosthetic.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed?
Why wouldn't they do it though?
You should be obsessed with the other side of that.
Okay, now let's go.
Wait,
You're on.
Oh, so good.
Fucking-
what am I on?
Rick
You're
and
on
Mouse.
wrecking fucking the whole fleet, dude.
Him slamming down.
Okay, we gotta talk about this real quick.
I got a diagram.
Logistically, we did this as a diagram. Okay, so they're on a boat and he's on a boat. We're on a boat.
We're on a boat.
It's a boat.
One boat rams a boat.
One boat rams a boat and it slams down so they can run across. So when it slams down, he's standing on the edge of it. So he had to be standing like holding on,
Ready to go. So if that had to be logistically pretty tough because you're standing. It's like this straight up in the air, and he'd have to be standing like this with his feet on it.
If it was a realistic thing,
yeah.
I don't think I think just the force of it slamming from 30 feet in the air. I think any realistic person would have
flown
launched
off.
forward.
Yeah, I don't think you could have kept your balance.
I love that he
But as a
ran
show-
out with an axe, no shield, and just started wrecking people.
He's the new Ramsay Bolton in
Yeah.
a way that he's a baddie who's not afraid to get his hands fucking dirty.
I still like Ramsay Bolton. Ramsay Bolton's my favorite bad guy on the show.
Ramsay Bolton's more cynical. This guy's lunatic. Or like
Ramsay's
berserker.
face when he was doing stuff was just...
This guy had a maniacal laugh. And,
yeah.
like,
He's kind of big, too.
Yeah.
Ramsay was a little guy.
Did you anticipate Theon going back to Reek mode and
No.
just jumping like a bitch?
Yeah.
Well, you saw him kill a bunch of people. Like, he was killing people on the boat, and then all of a sudden he just...
couple
Like
things-
I told you, he needs strong people around him to be strong. He can't do it on his
A couple
own.
things triggered. He's seen some and people getting tortured and their
Yeah.
eyes pop out or whatever.
Yeah, he's done.
And facial acting there.
Yeah. He's
like,
pretty good.
Her crying and him like twitching and the other guy just fucking gleefully laughing like a lunatic.
And Daenerys' plan took a little hit there. Or Tyrion's plan took a little hit there with that fleet getting wrecked and those people...
Sand snakes.
Yeah.
They killed the two I wanted to die.
You wanted the girl from Iron Fist to die?
If two had to die, yes.
You wanted
If
the one that
two.
was naked to stay alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
One's just going to be killed in front of her mom or mom in front of her. Only one of them's going to live.
None of us called that was going to be the prize that Euron
Yep.
brought to Cersei.
No.
Because he's bringing the person that killed her daughter.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
didn't think
you
about
didn't catch
that?
that?
No, I did. And Tyrion should have been way more pissed about that.
Yeah.
He spoke up, but he didn't linger. That like he loved his niece and
Because
his
he
nephew.
knows that he is on the out with his family. He's not going back there.
Maybe, but like he
That whole
loved
conversation was good, though.
Marciella so much, and for a woman who just poisoned your niece, basically, like he had one angry shout, and then okay, I'm cool now. But
That was cool to see all those people in the same room together.
yeah, Tyrell lady,
Yeah.
what's her name?
Yeah.
Elena?
Yeah, Elena Tyrell.
So next week we're gonna get Jon Snow meeting.
At the very end of the episode, he'll walk in.
Probably.
Well, the preview for the next episode, they showed him and Sir Davos going through the gate
And seeing her on the
and
throne.
seeing her on the throne. I'm on record saying that Jon Snow is a better leader than her because he doesn't want to be a leader. He just knows that he needs to be the person to lead. Where she's
Sansa's leading right now.
yeah, but Daenerys
Ugh.
has a fucking sense of entitlement at this point that's just driving me crazy.
She's getting too confident.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Her conversation with Varys was awesome.
Yes, but no,
It was the first time
It was out of left
anybody's
field.
ever
Yeah.
kept him honest.
and it was out of nowhere though.
Like all
At
of a
no
sudden,
point, yeah, it was just there was no lead up to that.
What did you need? Like Varys.
Well, he's been working with her for
Yeah,
how
for
long,
how
and now
long?
all of a sudden she's going to question him and question his motives.
You wouldn't question him before.
She wasn't at the city when he showed up. Didn't Tyrion show up first, and then Varys caught up later after she rode her dragon off?
I don't think so.
Because Varys showed up later and said, well, "Now we can rule this. Like we'll rule this town.
You'll be able to tell us in like 2 more weeks when you.
Yeah,
I know.
rewatch it.
I'm pretty sure. How did Tyrion?
Even if he wasn't,
Tyrion and Jorah kidnapped Tyrion, and they went off and they fought in the arena together.
it wouldn't even matter because at that point you already knew that he was working with her anyways.
I'm trying to think when she came back with the Khazar, if he had already left to go talk to the Tyrells. I don't remember, but they did have a whole boat ride.
I like the end game of the conversation, but it just seemed to me it came out of nowhere.
If they had to do it or not do it, would you have thrown it out? Or had it last season?
It doesn't matter. I would have had it earlier on.
Okay.
Because, I mean, if you're going to work for somebody for fucking 6 months.
Because I like that. If somebody like put Varys in check, like, hey.
For the first time?
Like, just the simple thing, like, if you have a problem with how I treat people, don't fucking...
I like that his response that he's not going to serve a single person, he serves the people.
Yeah.
Because he's been on the bottom and he knows how it is.
He's always said that. He serves the realm, Lord Stark. Or, who do you serve, Varys?
It's going to be interesting to see that conversation between, well, basically brother and sister, right?
No. She's his aunt.
She's whose aunt?
Jon.
Her brother was his father,
Her brother was whose father?
Jon Snows.
Oh, so they're
The Mad-
cousins
the,
then?
the Mad King had 3 children.
No.
One was
she's
Rhaegar
his
Targaryen,
aunt.
one was Viserys, and one was Daenerys.
So Daenerys is Jon Snow's aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one of those weird things where, like, your aunt is younger than you?
Yeah, because Daenerys was born right when Mad King was being overthrown. And that was when Jon Snow was actually being born, so they're about the same age.
Okay, fair enough.
That's why I was saying that he has more of a right to the throne than she does.
He may be I don't know actually who's older, because...
Has something to do with age.
No, I'm just curious. It's...
Because he's
Rhaegar's son.
Rhaegar's son.
And Rhaegar would have inherited the throne from his dad.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually...
So he's the proper heir.
The line... Yeah.
Well, they're relatives. So,
They can hook up.
Well,
I'll allow it.
it's going to be interesting to see how they determine whether it's Bran telling him that who he is, or if there's a situation like when Daenerys was burned and she didn't light on fire, you know what I mean?
Jon Snow's hand should have been burned. At least in the book. I don't remember in the show. Maybe he burned it for an episode or 2. Trying to kill a white, season 1.
He burned it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got injured.
He threw he grabbed like a brazier and threw it, and his hand was burned. They mentioned it in the next episode, but the book is mentioned like for his books and books that his hand was never the same.
How many books are there?
5?
Not enough.
It's
I
not
can't fucking
finished.
finish it. He's been writing it for 20 years.
Yeah, legit. 1996, I think, when it came out. First one.
5 books over 20 years is not a good track record.
He's had other books, but in one series.
What does it fucking matter when everybody wants the same book? I mean, people were barking for these books before the show came out.
Maybe. But who's to say the bark was worse than other books he had wrote?
What are his other books? I guarantee they're not nearly as famous.
Maybe not now, but in 2008, maybe they were.
I heard about these books well before the show came out because I like fantasy books and people were like, you need to read these.
So you're saying just because you never heard his other books?
Yes.
They're obviously not as famous?
Yes. That's like saying fucking... Yes. We'll just say yes. What are his other books? Have you read them?
No.
Then there you go.
He's not like Edie. I don't know what R.L. Stein writes. He has Goosebumps, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
but... no, he are all young adult stuff. But it's like 400 books compared to
No,
like 25. We've looked at it before.
which one?
Martin, he hasn't written like a ton of books.
He does like short story compilations along.
You can't credit those as
no,
novels to
'cause
him.
that's not him writing.
No,
everything.
I wouldn't. I just see when you open the book and it has a list of things he's written in different series. I'm not one to judge and say he's lazy, not writing.
I think he's lazy. He's not writing.
He's been writing 7 seasons worth of TV shows.
Well, maybe he needs to take a break and fuck.
He's got spin-offs now, buddy.
Yeah, he's
I wonder.
busy.
Do you think he gets paid more from his books or his show?
I don't know. I would like to think books, but probably.
This point, it's
show
the
You
You
show.
have to.
He's
I don't.
making HBO money, dog.
I don't know how far publishing goes for people with books, but Kirkman has said he makes way more money off the comics than he does the show.
Really?
And Walking Dead's huge.
We gotta probably write a good deal just to get that on TV.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That's interesting.
Well, when did his last book come out, Martin? The
Like
last
a year and a
one
half ago?
No, it was more than that. It
Really?
was probably 2013.
for the Game of
Dance
Game of Thrones.
It's 2013, really?
You can look it up. I'm taking a shot in the dark, but it's been out. It was out, I think, came out after the show premiered. But I could be wrong.
It's Dance of Dragons? Dance of Dragons.
Yeah.
Of Dragons.
Do.
How close is the show to the books?
It varies more and more.
Not in terms of accuracy,
Oh.
but like timeline.
2011.
Oh,
Okay.
So 6 years ago.
So
I
the
mean-
year the show started is the last book he wrote, and then the show started in 2011.
Within 6 years, he should have been able to write a
book.
I know that his stuff is very intricate, and
sure.
lots of things line up.
You know, he still writes on an old school computer, like black and white screen. He writes, like,
Stanley
on
wrote
Apple
on
II.
Stanley wrote on a typewriter.
Does he? Yeah. George R. R. Martin writes on Apple II, and I think he transfers the files with floppy disk or
That's
something.
Oh my
insane.
god.
It's so horrible.
That's why it's taken so long.
And he's a single, and he can't
No,
type.
just-
He uses single fingers.
Does he really?
Yeah, that's what I read.
Wow,
So you want to know what's taking? Oh, and do you know how many words his 5 books are?
a lot.
It's like, I don't know what an average book is, but it's exceedingly more than that. It's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of words. So the amount of time to write single,
Oh yeah, it take forever.
yeah, which is why it's taking forever.
But still.
He needs somebody like a stenographer.
A stenographer, yeah, that can type 150 words
Yeah,
per
he
minute.
needs to like
Dictated, not read.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything else with this episode? That was crazy. Stanwell Tarley's father.
that guy's a piece of
that
shit.
that grayscale scene is fucking gross.
They were all
You didn't like
grossing
that?
out about that. I was like, that's just bread.
Oh my god.
I would have dipped
Yeah.
in like.
That was a good transition.
But
Does
no.
Arya actually go home? That's my question. I don't think she's going to.
Yeah, she turned about face.
No, I know, but I think she's going to get there and realize that Jon's not there and then head back to King's Landing.
You know, time's a fickle thing in the show. She could be there next episode and just see Sansa, and then go back to bickering.
Be like, I'm out.
But time is so weird because in the book, you know, at least it makes sense chronologically. Like a letter will take a month to reach. Where in the show it's like that when it wants it to be.
Yeah,
But Bran got to the wall like
in 30 minutes.
last episode ago, and now since then, Jon Snow sent a letter back to Daenerys and back and forth, and Jon still got a letter from Bran saying, "Hey, I'm at the wall, come get me." I'm like, yeah, that's what in like 4 episodes we'll still see him there. Like, oh yeah, guys, let's go get Jon now.
How far away is the wall from like King's Landing?
Um,
Like miles, days.
They always estimated leagues. I don't know. It's probably a week or 2 travel.
Well, they said that
It took Bran and Asha like a whole season to go from Winterfell to the Wall.
Well, they said Winterfell to King's Landing was 1,000 miles or over 1,000 miles.
I've seen a couple comparisons.
Jon Snow just said it. That's why I
Okay,
remember.
Yeah,
and
there's 1,000 miles between us and
Yeah.
Cersei.
in like a carriage, the King's troop took I think a month or 2 to reach Winterfell from King's Landing.
That's so long. Can you
And,
imagine having to walk 1,000
No.
miles?
and that's how much it meant. Imagine he said, "No, I don't want to be hand to the king."
Yeah.
What a waste of time.
Are you looking at the map?
Yeah. I'm trying to get a reference on this.
Get it quick. We're here. We're done here.
Well, I'm just looking. It's probably
Anything
won't
else?
show up.
Comic-Con? Game of Thrones?
Do we want to talk about the Funko dinner at all? Anything interesting besides Jay and Silent Bob? Free stuff?
No.
Bunch of
Rob was
food?
like, no.
No. Although the CEO of Funko sounds like he smokes like 10 packs of cigarettes a day.
I met him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I met him on the floor.
Was he nice?
Yeah, I just said, hey man, nice show last night. Thanks for everything.
This may not be exactly in Comic-Con-esque, but we talked about Pokemon for like 1 minute.
Okay, real quick.
It's big enough. So for one, Niantic had a horrible failure with GoFest in Chicago, which is funny. That apparently they didn't think to add any like Wi-Fi networks in a park that uses like one cell phone tower, and trying to put like 50,000 people there, so nobody could connect. But I think they took care of people promptly. Like, everybody got refunded $100 worth of Pokecoins, free legendaries. They expanded the radius. I guess you're supposed to spend a Pokestop, and then it lets you scan a QR code you got, and that lets you catch all the rare Pokemon, which you can catch unknowns there, like aplenty. But they expanded those Pokestops, like spinnable rate, from 2 miles away, and they let you catch Heracross and things like that.
Yeah, I saw they had Heracross pop up. There was another one, too, that popped up. I don't remember what it was.
I was mad that we did the legendary raids and we beat it, but none of us could catch it. And with it happening during Comic-Con, there were so many people playing.
I think that makes it fun. So I went down there Sunday.
But it's going to make it harder if you didn't catch them then to catch it now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. And that's why we had an advantage. So on Saturday,
Did you catch any of them?
I was on a broken trolley going home, and I noticed double XP and double canyon. I'm like, fucking something's going on. And then I started reading Reddits about people.
Did you catch any legendary birds?
I'll tell you in a second.
Just yes or no?
Let me tell my.
He wants to tell a story.
This is going longer than 1 minute.
Anyway, so I went out Sunday to catch legendary Pokemon at Comic-Con.
You got some?
What I spent mostly doing. First one I did, Lugia. Bunch of people. It's just kind of cool being on the corner and having people running over and saying, talking like.
There was a stop at our hotel. There's a gym at our hotel this year, and when we were walking back from the donut bar on Sunday, there were people doing it.
You fought it.
Yeah.
A thing. Do you see how far back it scales? So you see this giant ass fucking bird and you fight it. Like, so surprised when you were playing. I was like, that's fucking badass.
Somebody had just done it before us. There was a big group. We had a group of like 19
people,
on our group, and there's a group coming after us.
Yeah, people just trickle in. It was kind of really fun.
Yeah.
And Lugia, I did not catch it. Wasted 8 throws. It's 2% catch rate, 5% if you use a golden berry. So maybe 1 out of 20 throws on average.
Nobody caught it in our group.
Yeah. So that happened. BB caught it on a second throw, and she got an amazing one. And I was like, I say now, I act like I was mad. I was super happy for her. I said, if either of us get it, it's a fucking win. So she got a second throw, and she's the only one out of all the people there. It's like, fucking, you're the man. That's awesome. We did 4 Articuno raids throughout the day. More. I got 1. She got 2.
Nice.
So, and we did a Lapras, and we both got it.
You got a fucking Lapras?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So she was 4.
I still don't have a Lapras.
We did 6 raids on Sunday. She was 4 for 6.
That's good luck.
And I said, dude, I'm fucking taking you raiding every time. You fucking first throw, she'd catch it. And everybody.
It's not like you're allowed to go without her anyways.
Yeah. But everybody's like, oh, nobody got any legend. So when me and her both got the same, like, Articuno, oh, like, dude, we're fucking, that's 1 in 20 chance, like, at best.
You guys are really cool.
No, I mean.
I'm just bitter.
And at every corner, you could see, like, where the raid was a mile away, because you see a fucking mound of people.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was really cool. And today, doing a delivery through Chula Vista, I seen a mound of people at a corner with their phones out. I'm like, and I pulled up my game, and there's Articuno right there.
Nice.
And
it's going to be hard for us to do that.
It's only going to be around, I assume, for a day or two. I don't think Legendaries will keep spawning over and over and over.
Oh, I do. They're not going anywhere.
I think they're going to turn it on and off for different events.
I can't imagine they're.
I know for a fact
they're not going to retract legendaries.
They posted on their page that Articuno is going away. Catch it soon, and pretty soon you'll be able to catch Moltres and Zapdos when another event spawns. Because they're going to do something else in another country soon.
That seems like a terrible idea.
It does.
So at best, Lugia might still spawn rarely, but I think they're going to cycle through because there's only how many, like a dozen legendary Pokemon. I think if they kept them,
like.
There's 5 from Generation 1, probably 4 from Gen 2.
3, I think
No, I was just bitter.
Well, no, they'd be.
I wanted it.
They'd be 10 because you have the 3 birds and then Mewtwo, and then you have the 3 birds or the 2 birds and then the 3 cats or dogs.
Okay, fair enough. You only did 1 though, right?
Yeah.
I heard somebody like legitimately sitting next to people talking about it. One guy's like, I'm 0 for 6, and I was just like, dude, like we fucking.
Like that?
Yeah, legit. Because it's pure red when you're throwing the ball. So, great throw or spin throw, whatever.
Yeah.
You're increasing the odds. Like
the second one I threw, it made it through the first 2, and I was like, It got out on the third one.
That's fine.
Are both the birds really large? When
You haven't
collect
done
them?
one yet?
No,
Lugia is fucking huge, and Arctic Moon a little less.
I have not done one yet.
Really?
I saw one. I saw two the other morning. I was driving around, had stuff to do, and there was no one around. There was no groups of people, so I wasn't going to stop.
It's too early in the day, I guess. Like, there was one raid right when I pulled up. I got free parking. I seen what was in Bumsville, and I had like 5 minutes left. I'm like, we're not going there. We're not. There's gonna be nobody there. If there are, it's gonna be a fucking homeless stampede. I don't want to.
All right, we got to stop, guys. Yeah, we're out.